Hi guys, so welcome back to our channel. Today I have another first time Friday for you guys, but today I'm going to be reviewing the Skala creams. So today I'm going to be testing out 4 different Skala creams: the blue one, the yellow one, the orange one, and the red one. So I have had 2 of these sitting in my hair closet for a minute, but I had been waiting a while for the other 2 to arrive from Amazon. But I finally got my hands on the first 4 that I wanted to try, and I've been seeing so many people do reviews and testing out the blue one. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this blue one everywhere. Like, everybody and their mom have been talking about this blue Skala cream. So I wanted to see what all the fuss was about and test it out myself. So today I went ahead and tested out the blue one along with the other 3 that I just mentioned. And I want to know more about each one and its specific purpose, and if it basically worked the same as the blue one. And I want to see which one outperformed the other, or if they all just work the exact same. Because I was like, okay, do they do different things? Am I gonna get different results? Now, when I originally wanted to do this first time Friday, I was just going to try out the blue one, but I figured you guys would want more information on the other Skala creams, just in case you came across any other colors. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I hope that it's helpful to you guys. So the first thing that I noticed about all 4 of the Skala creams is that they all pretty much have very similar consistencies, and I was just very puzzled as to why so many people were singling out the blue one. I'm like, what makes the blue one so special? Then maybe like a year later, I kept seeing everybody talk about the yellow one, and I was like, oh wait, there are more Skalas? So once I saw the yellow one, that's when I started to do my deep dive, and I saw that there are so many Skala creams out there, and I was like, okay, time to get testing. So with 2 of them, I noticed that the consistency was a little bit more watery. It basically felt like a watered down American rinse out conditioner. That's what the 2 of them felt like, and then the other 2 felt a tad bit thicker than the other 2. So that's when I decided 2 of them I'm going to use as a styler, and then the other 2 I'm going to try out as a leave-in conditioner. So of course you guys know the thicker ones I tested out as a 1-product wash and go, and the first one was the orange one. So the orange one I noticed had a slightly thicker consistency than the blue one and the yellow one. So I went on Skala's Instagram just because I wanted more information on each one to tell you guys about. So the first thing that I saw with the orange one on the Instagram, it says it's catered towards 3C to 4C hair, and it's for volume, shine, and definition. So like I said, I did use this one as a 1-product wash and go. So I actually really ended up enjoying the orange Skala. It had pretty good slip and did a really good job at helping to detangle all of my hair. It's a lot more lightweight than I expected it to be, but it just felt kind of similar to a watered down American drugstore rinse out conditioner, like I said earlier, like all of them do. But this one, like I said, was a little bit thicker, like slightly thicker than the more watery ones of the 4, which are the yellow one and the blue one. So it went into my hair very easy. It had pretty good slip, like I said. And for me, when it comes to a 1-product wash and go, it honestly has to check all the boxes for me. It has to be moisturizing, be a good detangler, and leave my hair defined and shiny. And it actually ended up giving me a lot more hold than I anticipated, but I'm not sure that it would give the amount of hold that I need for like my 8-day wash and goes, because I know myself, like as far as like the hold that I need it to stretch really far. And this one, I would say my hair will probably only last maybe to like 2 to 3 days. In that sense, I was disappointed in it, but I didn't have, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have like high expectations for it as far as a styler anyway. I just decided to use it as a styler because I didn't want to use all 4 of the Skalas in the exact same way. So I actually preferred how this applied on damp hair, and I noticed that with all of them, I noticed that my hair just like grabbed the product better on my hair when it was damp, versus when I would spray it down with more water, it would just like sloth off my strands into the floor. So for me, I didn't really like how this applied to my hair personally when it was soaking wet. And I see so many people say that with the Skala creams, the best results you get is on wet hair, but for my hair, I just did not, it wasn't working. It wasn't working on wet hair, but damp hair, it was working pretty well. So one thing that I did notice after it ended up drying is that it did leave kind of a waxy consistency, and I didn't really like that. I noticed that like when I touched my hair felt waxy, and I know it's probably because I applied quite a bit of product, and I only did that because, like I said, I used it as a 1-product wash and go, so it's the only product that I was relying on to give me everything that I needed: moisture, definition, you know, all the works. So that's probably why it left kind of like that waxy coating. I've used like rinse out like conditioners as leave-in stylers for years. That was the main way Kendra and I saved a lot of money. Like at the beginning of our natural hair journeys, we would use rinse out conditioners as stylers. We would use them as co-washes. Like it was like the product that we reached for the most, and it basically did everything we needed it to do, including styling. So I have not had this experience with American rinse out conditioners. When I've used them as a styler, they didn't leave like a waxy coating on my hair. This orange one did, and I know it's because I applied quite a bit of product. So I told myself the next time that I was gonna try the orange one that I would try it as a leave-in conditioner and not as a styler. So in turn, applying less product. So the second time I used the orange one, which was yesterday, that's what's in my hair now, and I have it in my hair with my extreme gel. So fantastic combo, absolutely love them together. And I would highly recommend just opting out using the orange one as a styler if you don't want your hair to be left with a waxy consistency and like coating left on it. Sadly, it's not the one product wash and go that I thought it would be for me, but on the upside, it's a pretty good leave-in conditioner. So overall, I would give the orange one 4 out of 5 stars. For me personally, I thought it did a pretty good job at detangling my hair, but as far as a styler, yeah, no. Okay, so next, moving on to the yellow one. Now, I have been seeing so many people talk about the yellow one more recently. Like, so many people have been like, okay, scrap the blue one, we're on to the yellow one. And I'm like, okay. Like on TikTok, people like jump on a trend so fast and just leave everything else behind. And that's one thing I don't like about the short form content of it all these days. There's not enough information in one video. So maybe that's just me being old school and a YouTuber, so I just prefer and rely more on long form content because you get more of a broken down explanation or review on products or just anything in general. But yeah, so the yellow one. So on their Instagram, it says that the yellow one is for growth and strength. It just says for stronger, healthier hair with that extra glow. It just says it has maracuja and paratu oil in it. Not sure what that second oil is, but I have heard of maracuja oil before. I have heard of that. It says it doesn't have any sulfates, parabens, petroleum, silicones, or mineral oil in it. And it says, like I said, it also helps to boost strength and resilience and adds shine to the hair. So as far as the yellow one, it didn't really specify what curl patterns that this was for. So I'm guessing that it's geared towards all curl patterns. So most of the videos that I've seen people using the yellow Skala, they used it as a styler. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I noticed that this was one of the ones out of the 4 that was more of a lightweight consistency. And the girls that I saw using this as a styler had looser curl patterns or waves. So I knew that this was not gonna work for me as just a styler alone. But the girls with tighter curls that I was seeing using it were using it just as a leave-in conditioner and putting a gel on top of that. So that's exactly what I did. I wasn't gonna waste my time using this as a styler because I know my hair. So this one is definitely giving strictly leave-in conditioner for me personally. So I did less sections with this. I basically just applied a large dollop to each quadrant of my hair. So basically no subsections. I did no subsections when applying this. And I just basically applied it to each quadrant. I actually really was super surprised how like well this one detangled my hair. And this one is super, super moisturizing. It's slightly more moisturizing than the orange one to me, just a little bit. I'm guessing because of all the extra oils in it. If your texture or curl pattern is similar to mine and you want to try the yellow one, I highly recommend just using it as a leave-in conditioner or like a curl cream and then putting a gel over top of it. This worked fantastic with my extreme gel. I loved how my hair turned out with these 2 products. This might probably be one of my go-to routines for summer. It's super inexpensive and I actually really love this combo. Along with the orange one like I just mentioned, like I have it in today with my extreme gel. Overall, I would also actually give the yellow one 4 out of 5 stars as well. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the smell of the orange one and the yellow one. So the orange one has a really like fruity smell. It smells really good actually. I love the smell of the orange one. I enjoyed it. It's not too overpowering to the point where it gives you a headache. It just smells very fruity, which I actually enjoyed. Very, very good smell. And then the yellow one smells like a tropical vacation. It smells so delicious. Ugh, I'm not gonna lie, this smells edible. Don't eat it, by the way, but it smells edible. It smells like passion fruit, just deliciousness. So yeah, they both smell really, really good. As curly girls, we do care about like what our hair smells like when it lingers. So I actually enjoy the smells of both of those. So moving on to the red one. So I hadn't seen that much information on the red one. I was just seeing a lot of Brazilian girls use it, and I hadn't really seen anybody really talk about the red one. So I just decided to get it and just form my own opinion of it like I do everything else. But I didn't go into trying out the red one with any like preconceived notions because I didn't see anybody talking about it. Like I said, I just saw Brazilian girls using it. The red one on their Instagram, it says that it's actually a treatment. By the way, all of them are considered 2-in-1s, like products, like treatment. So you can use all of them as a leave-in, or you can use all of them like as a treatment. So you can use all of them as leave-in products, but these are marketed as 2-in-1 products along with this one. But this one mainly says that it's a treatment cream. And it says has 18 powerful ingredients in it. It's here to give your hair the revitalization it's been dreaming of. It just says that this is a reconstruction product. So it just says this 2-in-1 jar is perfect for reconstruction days. Plus it's a game changer for detangling and styling. Get ready to fall in love. So reading that on their Instagram, I had high hopes, right? So this one I also used as a styler, just like I did with the orange one, because they both had a little bit thicker consistency. This one smells delicious as well. This kind of has like it smells like cherries, like a cherry undertone, which is nice. Like I said, the red one had a thicker consistency in the jar, but it went into my hair lighter than the orange one. Actually, it was even more lightweight when I put it in my hair than the orange one. But like I said, in the jar it looked thicker, but very similar consistency, not anything too different than the other ones that I just mentioned. I prefer how this applied to damp hair, just like I said with the other two. So this one did a pretty decent job at detangling my hair. However, once this one dried, I also got that dry waxy feeling onto my hair, like the consistency I was not enjoying after my hair dried. Kind of similar experience to the orange one once it dried. But again, that's probably because I applied it to my hair as a styler, and y'all know what that means. I applied more product, which is why I think these two would probably work better with the gel as well. So that way I can apply less product like I did with the orange one this time when I styled my hair on yesterday. So to avoid like the waxy coating, I think I'm just gonna try this one, like I said, as a leave-in, just like I did the yellow one. I just usually have to apply a little bit more product, like I said earlier, when using a product as a styler, because it's the only product I'm relying on. I've never had this waxy consistency issue when I've tried my Herbal Essences Hello Hydration Conditioner that I used to use back in the day as a leave-in, and you guys know that me and Kendall used to be obsessed with that conditioner. So this is the first time I've used like a 2-in-1 product or like a rinse out conditioner as a styler. As OGs know, it's just an easy way to save money, and you don't have to buy a ton of different products to do different things. You can use like one product to do a lot of things, and it helps save a lot of money. As you can see, as far as the red one as a styler, for me, I wasn't that obsessed with it, but I think next time I try it, I'm gonna try it as a treatment, like a rinse out treatment, and see how I like how my hair feels that way. And then after that, I'm gonna try it as a leave-in, so that way I can apply less product and see if it still leaves that waxy consistency. But as a styler, it's definitely a no for me. So overall, I would give the red one 3 out of 5 stars as of right now, until I test it out in other ways and see how I like it. So maybe my rating will change in the future, but as of right now, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. And since this is a Brazilian product line, I am limited to like reading ingredients and stuff because it's not in English. So I'm just trying to give as much information as I possibly can, which is why I went to their Instagram, since the Skala creams are now becoming more popular in America. So maybe eventually they'll have like some of their ingredients in English so we can know exactly what's in these. I'm sure it's not anything crazy because a lot of the consistencies and like the smells are very similar to American rinse out conditioners. I'm guessing them marketing all of these as 2-in-1s help more people pick it up. And it's a great way to save money, like I said, because I've been doing it for the longest time. Oh, and also, by the way, the red one also didn't specify what like curl types that it's for, because it is mostly marketed as a treatment. So I'm guessing it's for all curls and coils. We're gonna move on to the blue one. This is the one that went viral all over TikTok the past, I would say 2.5, 3 years. Everybody has been talking about this blue Skala cream. Does it have like magical ingredients in it? I'm so confused. Like, what's so special about this damn blue Skala. So I was super excited to try this one. I actually ended up trying this one last because it took forever for me to find, because they do sell it at like some Walmarts, but I didn't see it at mine. So I had to order it on Amazon. By the way, you can get all of these on Amazon. I'll have them linked down below. So I had the highest hopes for the blue one because this is the one that most people have been talking about until the yellow one made, you know, its debut. So the blue one also doesn't specify like what curl type that it's for. I think the only one that did was the orange one, like as far as their Instagram. So all of them you can use on like all hair types, but the orange one is recommended for 3C to 4A hair. This says it's for all curl types, for all types of curls. So yeah, I was right about that. So this is also marketed as a 2-in-1 treatment cream and leave-in. So this one, the smell I actually do not like. This one had like the worst smell to me out of all of them. Like all 3 of the ones that I just talked about smell really, really good. This one does not smell that great. Like it left the weirdest smell in my hair, like when my hair was air drying. Because me and Kelly like went grocery shopping the day that I used this, and I was like, does my hair smell weird to you? Like I feel like it stank. And she was like, it doesn't stink, it just smells weird. I did not like how this lingered on my hair. It doesn't smell that great. But this one is geared more towards hydration, so I automatically knew that I was going to be using this as a leave-in because this consistency is also very lightweight and kind of watery, kind of like the yellow one. This would never be thick enough for me to use as a styler. And I've actually used some gels that have similar consistencies, like my Curl Show from ORS and then my Audua Beauty my melon berry gel. Those actually have similar consistencies to this blue one, but this is not a gel. So I just knew, I was like, okay, this is gonna give me the hold that I need. So I already knew that I was gonna use this as a leave-in conditioner, and that's exactly what I did. So this one was the most watery out of all of them and the most lightweight. Like I just said, it had pretty good slip. It did a great job at detangling my hair. I actually enjoyed how like it detangled my hair. I knew that I would have to use a gel on top of this, like I said, because it was way too lightweight in consistency. And I originally tried to use it with my extreme gel and it did not mix well. They did not like each other, and it was weird because I did the hand test, but it was just, it tricked me. So that right off the bat kind of annoyed me. So I ended up using one of my other favorite gels with it over top of it, and it was my Jessie Curl Spiralicious gel, and it actually worked pretty well with that. That's what I ended up putting on top of the blue one. However, I still wasn't 100% satisfied with the results. I liked my hair, but I didn't love my hair. Like I knew it would only last about 2 days. So I was right in my assumption that this wouldn't work as a styler for me. I also wasn't a fan of the smell, like I just said. I was just like, what is this? Like it still lingered after my hair completely dried. So this one for me does not give enough hold whatsoever. Kind of like the yellow one, but at least the yellow one smells amazing and works fantastic with my extreme gel. So the yellow one has way more redeemable qualities, and I do get the hype around the yellow one. I just don't get the hype around this blue one. So the blue one is definitely strictly giving leave-in conditioner. Like I don't see how people have been using this as a styler. Like even the girls with like looser curl patterns than mine, it just still, it wasn't a whole lot of holds. And like the hold that it did give would only last about a day and a half to 2 days, especially in this Georgia heat. As far as the blue one, I would overall give it like 3 out of 5 stars. Same as the red one, but as far as repurchasing the blue one, I probably would not repurchase this. I'm just gonna use this up and never buy it again because I just don't see the hype. Like I don't understand why people were going crazy over this cream over on TikTok, because it's okay. Like I don't understand the hype. But I was excited to discover 2 new leave-ins that I absolutely love. And it is of course, based on the ratings, you can already tell that my 2 faves are the yellow one and the orange one. They work fantastic with my extreme gel. I've been obsessed with my results with those 2 together. We're still up in the air with the red one though, because like I said, I still need to try it in other ways to see how I liked it, because I wasn't happy with my initial results as far as the red one. But there's still hope for it because I can just try it as a treatment and see how I like it, like a deep conditioning treatment and see how I like it. So hopefully it works in that way. And I just love how large the packaging is. Like these are huge, so big. I can use these for quite a while. Like I don't have to keep repurchasing this like a bunch of times. Even more so now that I can use less products, since I already know that I'm only going to be using them as leave-in conditioners, because I use just less product with leave-ins versus stylers. I have to repurchase my stylers a lot more because I use more product. I get the hype around this yellow one, like for real. But I wish people would recommend this orange one more because it did pretty much a similar job as like a leave-in, like the yellow one. It did a similar job when I used the orange one like I did the yellow one as a leave-in, and I'm surprised more people aren't talking about the orange one. Actually, I really enjoy the orange one. So there are so many other Skalas that I want to get my hands on to try. So let me know if you guys want a part 2. There's a green one that I saw that I want to try, a pink one that I want to try, and they have a jelly and a gel. I wanted to get my hands on that gel. So let me know if you guys want me to do a part 2 as far as the Skala series goes, because I can definitely do that for you guys if you guys are interested. Like I said, I will have all of these linked in the description box in my Amazon storefront if you guys want to give them a try. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it helped you decide which Skala cream you want to get your hands on and which one you want to give a try. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.